G'day everyone, welcome to Two Wheel Workshop. I'm Brody, and in this video I'm going to replace the stock carbs on my XS650 with these VM34 round slides. Alright, so I bought this kit from Mikuni Oz. It comes with the two VM34 round slide carbies, air cleaners, carb boots, gaskets, two manifolds, and a bunch of different main jets. It also comes with a 1:2 throttle cable that works with the stock throttle on an XS650. The kit also comes with some pretty comprehensive installation and tuning instructions. It's got tuning for the idle circuit, the main jet circuit, and the mid-range. Now they say that these carbs come jetted specifically for Australian conditions on an XS650, and they give us, it's 4 different options. One option's already in there of main jets for fine tuning. Now VM34s were made primarily for 2-strokes, and I've got it on pretty good authority from Jeff at Jeff's XS that the emulsion tubes that I've got in here are for a 2-stroke. Now he was kind enough to sell me the emulsion tubes that I need. They weren't very expensive, so I bought them. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try the way Mikuni Oz recommends to do it, and I'll try the way Jeff recommended to do it, and I'll let you guys know at the end what worked best for me. Alright, so this kit is a performance upgrade. The XS650 is really not winning any races these days anyway, but I do want to give you an idea of the kind of improvement that you can expect from this kit. So before I swap these carbs on, I'm going to take the bike out, I'm going to see how quick it does 0 to 100, and then once I've got this kit installed and all tuned up, I'll go out and do the same thing again and see how much quicker the bike is. Alright, so I'm back from the ride now. I reviewed the footage and that was 9.05 seconds, which was about what I was expecting. Like I said, it's not a rocket ship, and it's geared a bit higher than stock, mainly because of the high profile rear tyre. Probably increases the diameter by about 2 inches. So what I'll do now is I'll set up the new carbs, get them on, and we'll give that a go. Alright, so let's see what we're working with. Alright, so we've got 25 idle jets, Q emulsion tubes, 220 main jets, and the needle clips on the second from the top position. So I think I'll start with Jeff's recommendations first, because his stock in trade is just the XS650, whereas Mikuni Oz, although they probably know a hell of a lot more than me, do carbies for everything. So I'll try Jeff's way, and if I'm not having any luck there, then I'll start experimenting with Mikuni Oz's recommendations. Alright, so the carbs are on now. They've got P5 emulsion tubes, 185 main jets. The idle air screw is out 1.5 turns. I wound the idle speed all the way in and then back out 4 turns for both carbs. So all that's left to do now is crank it over and see how it goes. That's promising. expecting that to go so well. So pretty happy with that. That bike was stone cold, like it hasn't been started since yesterday sometime. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through the tuning process. The first thing I'm gonna do is the idle circuit. Doesn't look like it's gonna need much. Then I'll get the main jet right, and once I've done that, I'll do the mid-range by raising or lowering the needle and potentially swapping out the emulsion tubes. I'm not gonna film any of it though, because it's gonna be pretty boring and it's gonna be very time consuming. But once I've got it as good as I can get it, I'll come back and I'll take it for a ride and do another 0 to 100 test. All right, so it's been 2 days now. I've spent a lot of time tuning, swapping jets, going for rides, raising and lowering needles, swapping emulsion tubes, and I think I've got it pretty good now. So I'll let you know where I've landed. All right, so I've got 25 main jets in there. I'm at 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 turns out on the idle mixture screw. I wound the idle speed all the way in and then back out 4 1/2 turns, and that puts the idle at about 900 to 1000 RPM. I've got 210 main jets, Q0 emulsion tubes, and the needle clip is on the second from the top position. And that's running pretty damn good now. All right, so I'll take it for a ride and we'll see how quickly it does 0 to 100 now. So I've just reviewed the footage and that was 8 seconds flat, which has shaved a good full second off the 0 to 100 time, which I think's a pretty bloody big improvement on a stock engine when all I've done is change the carbs. On top of that, the throttle response is a lot better and the idle stays where I put it now. So with the CV carbs, it never really wanted to idle while it was cold, so I'd wind the idle speed up just to get it to idle, and then as the engine warmed up, the idle speed would climb and climb and climb, and I'd have to wind it back down. But with these things, you just start it on choke, take the choke off, 10 seconds later, the idle settles and it just stays where you put it, no matter what temperature the engine's at. So that is a massive improvement as well. So one minor problem with the VM34s that I haven't managed to tune out is from idle, if you give it a really big fistful, and it's got to be really big and really quick, it'll suck a big lungful of air, lean out and want to die. It's a problem that doesn't show up under normal riding conditions. Like, you have to try to make it do it. That's the one issue I've got with it, but realistically it's probably not something you can get around. The CV carbs don't have that issue because the slides are opened by the vacuum created by the engine, so it'll never suck more air than it's capable of using. But all in all, this carb swap has been a massive improvement and I'm really happy with the results. Unfortunately, I'm not keeping the carbs on my bike because I bought them for this thing and I just wanted to tune them up so when I run this thing in, I'm doing it with the correct fuel mixture. But I am very seriously considering forking out for another set now. So if you're like me, you've probably been considering swapping these carbs for a while now. And if you are, I can't recommend this kit enough. Like, it's an awesome improvement. If you're in Australia, Mikuni Oz sells this kit for, I think it's $500-ish. And I didn't need to buy the extra emulsion tubes from Jeff's XS because I ended up going back to all of the components that came with the kit. All right, so I'll leave it there. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to all my viewers for all of the support that I'm getting online. You may have noticed recently that I've monetized my channel. The plan there is just to try and get this hobby to pay for itself, which will enable me to build better bikes and produce better content for you guys. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.